Hey there guys, it's Metro and we're back on AceGamestv. What a surprise, but we're going to be starting a new playthrough for Pokemon Reborn episode 17, which is finally out, almost a year later since the last time I actually played it, so very excited for that. Just came out today, that's December 3rd. Tomorrow, December 4th, we're going to start the new playthrough via live stream. We're going to do it as a part of the Hey there guys, it's Christmas marathon that I've started, which is going to be 25 straight streams from December 1st to December 25th. All straight streams. Most of them will be on One Legion TV, so if you guys are interested in checking that out, feel free. Otherwise, all the Pokemon and any other random stuff we decide to do is going to be on this channel. But the main thing I definitely wanted to get done this marathon stream was to get a full, fresh playthrough of the new episode of Pokemon Reborn, and I'm very glad that it came out exactly when I needed it to. So what we're going to do is called a... I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to call it yet, but something like Ultra Random Mono Run, all right? Probably what we'll go with. The concept behind it is using a mono lock team, right? Like a team that you're only going to play with one type at a time, and then whatever you have. But that's going to be random. We're going to use this Pokemon generator to pick 6 random Pokemon from that type that we're going to use, and then we're going to use another randomizer to pick which type we're going to play with at which time in the game, and we're going to alternate through them. Like we'll re-roll the randomizer at any time there's a big junction in the game. Essentially, like anytime we defeat a major enemy or an area, we'll re-randomize it. So for example, we get through the first area with the team meteor stuff, and then we go do the gym. Well, we would roll it twice there. First for that, the team meteor stuff, and then again for the gym. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that there'll be enough events to do this on, that we'll be able to play with each typing multiple times. And there maybe I'll budget in some time where it's like, I really don't want to play with this type right now, so we'll re-roll it, something like that. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it yet, but the goal here is to just have some fun, do some live streaming, and play some Pokemon Reborn episode 17, which I'm expecting great things from. Unfortunately, I haven't heard from Arno. If you're watching this, let me know, man. I'm ready to rock. Ready to play through our actual save. I think we still have it, but anyway, we're gonna do this for at least the foreseeable future. So I'm gonna do it live, and if you guys have any questions about the rules or anything like that, let me know. Like I said, we're gonna rotate. I'm just gonna make sure I covered it all. We're just gonna rotate through every time like there's a major junction. One other thing is I'm gonna roll 6 random Pokemon on this generator here, and I'm gonna pick 5 of them, and then the 6th slot is gonna be filled by a Pokemon that I definitely want to play with. I've also given myself in the game every TM available just to kind of balance things out, because I'm definitely going to get really weak combinations at some point, and I'm not going to do any training whatsoever. So I'm going to flood my bags with rare candies as well, just to make sure everybody's trained up. Like, so for example, if the level caps, we just dinged, we killed the, I'm too used to WoW. We just beat the gym, and now the level caps, like, it was just 20, now it's about to be 25, whatever. I'm gonna make my whole team 20 with rare candies, whatever, use cheats and stuff like that, and then we'll play from there. So whatever moves they have, they have. Sometimes it's not gonna be possible. Might roll legendaries that don't even have moves at level 20, something like that, we'll see. So I don't know, but it's all random. We're going to do it live. I feel like this is going to be part of the fun. And then I just got to copy and paste it over to a document here. So yeah, let's get right into it. Before we actually do it, I'm going to show you how this works. So Ubers will stick with, even though, like I said, could be random. Could get really good Pokemon, but also can get really bad Pokemon. Then, of course, the sprites that shows that up. We're not going to pick not fully evolves, because that makes it a little bit less fun. Natures and, of course, forms are not going to be selected either, because we don't want to end up with mega evolutions. So I don't know exactly how that's going to work in this episode. So let's just generate one and see what happens. So we got a pretty cool Pokemon. Some of these Pokemon are some of my favorites, so it'd be cool. There's a lot of cool Pokemon out there, so hopefully we'll have some fun with it. But we are going to go down the list with the different typings. So let's start with Bug. And we get, oh, that's a great one. Heracross was one that I wanted to play with, so now I don't have to actually opt out of Heracross. Instead, I know exactly what I'm going to take, so let's go ahead and make a Bug column here. Bug, and then we'll drag these across. So a Selgor we're definitely going to play with. Put him over there. Shuckle we'll definitely play with. Sounds like a fun idea there. Let's go ahead and keep Levani. We'll get rid of Ninjask just because he's a little bit boring. It's a cool Pokemon, but... actually, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and keep Ninjask, and we'll get rid of Dustox. So it's Selgor, Shuckle, Ninjask, Heracross, Levani, and we're going to go with Venipede. Let's see. Actually, no, hold on a second. Why did I say that? Venomoth. Venomoth. The reason we're going to play with Venomoth is because of an amazing shiny. So we're definitely going to get that going there. So that's the bug type. So we got Selgor, Shuckle, Levani, Heracross, Ninjask, and Venomoth, which is good because I definitely wanted to have Heracross. And yeah, luckily I ended up getting him in the luck of the draw anyway. So next up is Dark type. All right, so let me add that Dark type. Very good. And generate. Let's go. This is one that I really have some highs and lows on. Oh boy, that's awesome. Those are some good Dark type Pokemon right there. Darkrai is definitely an awesome Pokemon to have on a team, man. It's a legendary, no doubt about that. So let's go ahead and copy and paste this. Greninja is going to carry me. He's going to be a very strong Pokemon. So is Darkrai. We're going to get rid of Sharpedo. We don't need any more water Dark types on this team. We'll stick with Crocodile and Shiftry, of course, as well as Umbreon. Some of my favorite Dark Pokemon. And then we're going to take Scrafty for our other option there. Okay, so Scrafty. Very good. Okay, so we got Darkrai, Greninja, Shiftry, Crocodile, Umbreon, and Scrafty. A pretty fun little team there. All right, next up is, what type is next? Let's see. It is Dragon. So this is another one that could be very, very cool or very, very boring. We'll see what happens. Generate dragons. Oh my god. Well, it's some interesting ones. Reshiram is definitely a cool Pokemon. Guzzlord, Zygarde, these are really cool. But on the other hand, Noivern and Drampa, Pokemon that I've played with in many playthroughs as it is. So let's go ahead and take Zygarde. Obviously going to take Zygarde. We're not going to turn him down. We'll stick with... Oh, what's going on there? For some reason, I can't copy that, so let's just type it. Noivern. Okay, very good. Guzzlord. Take Guzzlord. It's a new Dark Dragon type. I've never really played the Gen 7 games properly. I have played through them, but I don't know them very well. I'm fairly certain that's a fire dragon. So we're going to take that. Reshiram, of course, we'll take that as a lightning dragon. And then for the final dragon type, what should we take? How about, let's go ahead and take, See, I was going to take Garchomp, but we already have a ground dragon, so that seems a bit superfluous. How about we just take Dragonite? Dragonite's one of my favorite Pokemon. Anyway, I always like Gen 1. Obviously, you guys know that by now. But yeah, so we'll take Dragonite for Dragon. So we got Zygarde, Noivern, Guzzlord, Turtonator, Reshiram, and Dragonite. So very, very strong one. Very strong team there. Obviously, if we ever roll Dragon for the random, it's going to be extremely, extremely potent. So next up is going to be Electric, another one of my favorite types. Really, I don't have a least favorite type at this point. Electric. All right, very good. And let's generate it. Let's see what we get. Interesting. Zekrom. That's pretty funny. So that's good. I was hoping to get Zekrom in the Dragon section, but I'm glad we got him somewhere else. So we have a pretty imbalanced team. We have Manectric, Plusle, Electrode, Rotom, Zebstrika, and Zekrom. So obviously, we're going to have to stick with most of these. Let's go Manectric. Oh yeah, I can just copy and paste. Stick with Zekrom. Gonna put him in there. Stick with Rotom against my better judgment. Stick with Electrode. And we'll stick with Zebstrika. And we'll go ahead and take one of my favorite Pokemon, which is Electivire. Electivire, very good. So that's a strong team there. Manectric, Zekrom, Rotom, Electrode, Zebstrika, and Electivire. Another fun team there, so that's good so far. Next up is Fairy types. Let's add that to the list. Fairy, very good. And we'll generate Fairy. This one could be interesting. Okay, we got one of the new legendaries, or however you would describe those Pokemon. I don't know exactly how that's going to work in this game, but I assume they are in. So if for some reason they're not, we will go ahead and change that. But for now, we'll stick with what we have. Carbink is number 1. Oh, this is a new... Yeah, we're not going to take that one. I don't want to take that Pokemon. We'll go ahead and take Sliveon, Whimsicott. That's a Grass Fairy, if I remember correctly. A pretty good Pokemon. Florges, Tapu Fini, and let's see, what Pokemon would I like to use? Oh, of course, Gardevoir. Gardevoir. One of my favorites Pokemon of all time. Very good typing as well. So Carbink, Sliveon, Whimsicott, Florges, Tapu Fini, and Gardevoir for the Fairy type. Pretty fun team. We'll see how strong the new legendary is if we ever get to use them, which I'm hoping we will, of course. Fairy type Fighting. Here we go. Next up is Fighting. Very good. And let's randomize it. Here we go. We got another couple legendaries there. We got Gallade too, which is cool. Pheromosa. I don't really know that Pokemon, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of him. These are all some of my favorite fighting types, actually, so that works out pretty well. So we'll stick with Gallade. Stick with Hitmonlee. Bruce Lee is one of my favorite Pokemon, obviously. Poliwrath, not a bad Pokemon. Cobalion. I don't actually know the typing of that Pokemon, but looks pretty fun. I know it's a legendary. And Toxicroak, that is a poison fighting. So what should we add here? We've already gotten Scrafty on the dark team, so what should we add this time? Hitmonlee would have been my choice otherwise. I already have Heracross. Let's see, what would we need? Yeah, how about a fire? We could definitely use a fire fighting, so we'll go ahead and take Combuskin, which is obviously a very strong Pokemon. Combuskin, very good. Alright, so that's a good team. We got Gallade, Hitmonlee, Poliwrath, Cobalion, Toxicroak, and Combuskin, which I think is a cool combination of Pokemon there. So now next up is Fire. Might end up with Combuskin again here. Let's go ahead and add Fire type. Here we go, Generation. There we go. Oh, some of my favorite Pokemon. Alright, I already know exactly what we're going to go with. So we're going to keep Volcarona, of course. Going to keep Entei. Would be a fool not to. Keep Rapidash. Oop. Keep Rapidash. We're going to keep Darmanitan, which is a Pokemon I've never actually played with. And we're going to keep Heatran, 2 legendaries, obviously. We're going to dump Oricorio. I don't actually know how the forms work anyway, so it's probably better off. And we are going to pick up Charizard, which is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. Charizard, very good. So we got this is probably my strongest team so far. Volcarona, Entei, Rapidash, Darmanitan, Heatran, and Charizard. Yeah, which is definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. Next up, we'll do Flying, which we'll see. We'll maybe end up with another Charizard. Flying. All right, here we go. Generate the Flyings. Oh, look at that team. Oh my God. I don't even know what Celesteela is. I assume it's another one of these legendary beasts or something like that. We're going to go ahead and go without him just so keep it a little bit more interesting. Altaria, definitely take a Dragon Flying. This guy's image is on the way. Rayquaza. Rayquaza is probably one of the coolest designed Pokemon ever. I've never used him before in any playthrough, so we're definitely sticking with him. Thundurus, which I did not know. Yeah, I guess it is definitely a flying type, but didn't know how exactly that worked. Staraptor we'll stick with. Staraptor, very good. And Dodrio. And what Pokemon should we stick with? Let's see. We already have a couple dragons. You know what? We could use some diversity here. We have a lot of normal type and a lot of dragon type here. So, what should we take, man? I don't know. Flying type's not a Pokemon that I like to use too frequently outside of Charizard, obviously. Let's see. Let's take a look. Actually, I wanna take a look at what type of flying types there are, just because I want to make sure I make the right choice. So we'll head up to Bulbapedia, and we'll take a look at our options here. Obviously. Oh, Gyarados. Now that's a good one. I forgot that he was water flying. Oh, what am I talking about? There's no choice here. Let's go. Zapdos, one of my favorite Pokemon. All right, so we got Altaria, Rayquaza, Thundurus, Staraptor, Dodrio, and Zapdos. That is what we're taking. Stupid me. I should have known. All right, so flying is off the list. Next up is Ghost. Let's add Ghost to the list, and we'll take a look at what we get. Generate some Ghost Pokemon. Ooh, some of my favorites as well. I think this is a legendary, isn't it? I don't know. Once again, I'm not too familiar with all the new Pokemon. So, Sableye, very cool Pokemon. Another Pokemon that I'd like to play with. Golurk, Pokemon I have played with a lot, especially in Reborn. Very good Pokemon. We'll go ahead and stick with Trevenant and the other three here down here, Drifloon and Chandelure. And we'll go ahead and bin Marshadow, as I don't actually know much about him. And we're going to take one of my favorite Pokemon, which of course is Gengar. So Gengar will be my Ghost choice. This is actually a pretty balanced team. We got Ground, we got Flying, we got Fire, we got Grass. Yeah, it's good. It's a good Pokemon team. All right, let's go ahead and dump all these here and move on to Grass type, which is also potential to be very, very strong or very, very weak, depending on what we draw. So let's go ahead and generate some Grass Pokemon. Oh, sweet, we got the new Pokemon. That's cool. And we got Torterra and Venusaur, two of my favorite Pokemon. We got Trevenant again, unfortunately, but we're going to dump him this time. We're going to stick with Decidueye. I'm going to stick with Maractus. I don't actually know the typing of that Pokemon, but I'm excited to learn it. Torterra, very good Pokemon. Leafeon, I love the evolutions. Very cool. Venusaur, very cool. And we're going to go with... let's take a look. Just one quick thing to make sure. Grass type Pokemon. Just see exactly what our options are once again. It's important to visualize it. I don't want to do something stupid here. I really like Serperior, one of my favorite Pokemon. I'm hedging towards him. Let's see though. Let's just check out some typing here. Maybe oh yeah, there's the Rotom. That's kind of cool. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go with Serperior, even though it's not going to be a very balanced team. Serperior is definitely one of my favorite Pokemon, so Let's go ahead and add him to the team. So it's going to be Decidueye, Maractus, Torterra, Leafeon, Venusaur, and Serperior, which I very much enjoy playing with. Okay, so grass type down, ground is next. Let's go ahead and add ground to the list here. Ground, and let's see what we get. One of my favorite types again. Oh, we got Golurk again, and Zygarde again. Interesting. Mamoswine. This is definitely one of my favorite Pokemon, so I'm very happy to have him. Golurk, we're definitely taking. Whiscash, I guess we'll take. I think that's Water Ground, I guess. Zygarde, take him. Of course, would be fools not to do so. Palossand, that's a cool Pokemon. That's a new one. And of course, we're gonna take my favorite. You know, I want to take Nidoking, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of really good. You know, I could use him for poison. So let's go ahead and take Rhyperior. I mean, of course, Rhyperior. Another one of my favorite rock and ground type Pokemon. So Rhyperior, Mamoswine, Golurk, Whiscash, Zygarde, and Palossand. That's actually a pretty good combination of types. We got Ghost, we got Assuming Water. I think this is a Ghost type as well. We got Dragon type, and we got Ice type, so that's pretty good. Plus the Rock type, which is always a staple. All right, so very good. So far, we're done with ground. Now we'll move on to Ice, which could be another cool one. Ice, and there we go. All right, generate. Here we go. We got, oh, sweet. We got a sweet draw there. Some of the best Pokemon. We're going to definitely dump Beartic. We'll stick with Lapras, of course. One of my favorites, Ice types. We got Frostlass, another one of my favorite ones. Walrein is a cool Pokemon that we end up using in Reborn a bit. Abomasnow, not my favorite Pokemon, but a good typing coverage there. We'll take Weavile, and of course we'll take my second favorite legendary bird, Articuno. Articuno, very good. So we got Lapras, Frostlass, Walrein, Abomasnow, Weavile, and Articuno, which I think is another very strong team. Get rid of all this here. And then we'll move on to the next type, which is normal. This is, of course, another hit or miss one. We'll see what we get. We could get some crazy legendaries, or we can get absolute trash. Let's see what we get. We get some trash. That's no doubt about that. All right, so normal is going to be a tough one for us. Let's see. I don't actually know. Definitely got to take a look at normal here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and see what we get here from normal. Probably definitely want to take something with some secondary typing here. Beware, that's what we're going to take. So we're going to take Beware. It's a really cool Pokemon, very strong Pokemon. I actually used a little bit in that Pokemon replay or Pokemon Let's Play. It's sort of like live I did of the new game with the randomizer. So we'll take Spinda, Lanoon. Actually, nah, you know what? We got to dump Lanoon. He's just way too weak. We'll have to stick with Pidgeot, even though not my favorite Pokemon. We'll take Blissey, as Blissey is a very strong Pokemon stat-wise. Bouffalant, not too bad either. Perugly, I believe it's a dark type, so that's useful, and Pidgeot. So we got Beware, nice fighting addition to the team. Spinda, Blissey, Bouffalant, Perugly, and Pidgeot. Hopefully they'll learn some good TM moves, because otherwise that team is going to definitely be my weakest. All right, Poison. Here's another one that could be entirely useless or very, very fun. One way or the other, I'll be using one of my favorite Pokemon on this team, so let's go ahead and generate it. And we get Drapion, which is another one of my favorite Pokemon. So we got Amoonguss, Venusaur, Dustox, Quillfish, Roserade, and Drapion. I believe that's water, so that's pretty useless. Or useful, I mean. Dustox, pretty useless. So we'll definitely stick with Amoonguss. Even though, actually, yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this. We'll get rid of Amoonguss. We'll stick with Venusaur. Grass, poison, useful. We'll stick with Dustox. I assume it's bug poison. Could be useful. Quillfish. Stick with water. Roserade is another grass poison, but a very good Pokemon too. Drapion is definitely one of my favorite poison types, so I'm glad we drew that. And I'm going to take my #1 favorite Pokemon, which is Nidoking. My favorite Pokemon of all time. All right, so let's dump all this stuff. And then we'll move on to the next typing, which is Psychic. Sweet, we're coming down to the home stretch here. This is actually pretty fun. I actually am really enjoying this, seeing which Pokemon we draw. You know, it's kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and draw our Pokemon. Oh, there we go. Some of my favorites. Oh, look at that. So Galio. Interesting. That's the new legendary from Sun and Moon. And Jirachi, which is 2 Pokemon that I've simply never played with. We're going to stick with Executor, one of my favorite Pokemon. We're going to stick with Espeon. Love, like I said, I always love the evolution. So Galgo, we'd be stupid not to take him. Slowking, stupid not to take him. Jirachi, stupid not to take him. And what, I was definitely going to pick Executor, so I'm not sure what Psychic we should take. Let's see. Maybe, is there any, we could use like a water. No, we have a water type already. Let's take a look at the list here, what we could actually use. Let's go ahead and see what the options are, just to refresh my memory a little bit. Reuniclus is one of my favorite Pokemon. Zatu's good one. Obviously, we already got Guard of War and Gallade in a different setup, so we'll probably stick away from them. Lunala, I don't want to go too crazy here. How about... let's go Starmie. Wouldn't mind Medicham, actually. Metagross, too. Very cool Pokemon. We might still get him in the Steel type, though. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do Delphox. Delphox is a cool Pokemon. We could use the fire type on the team. A lot of strength from the fire type, so Delphox, very good. So we got Executor. So we got Executor, Jirachi, Espeon, Solgaleo, Slowking, and Delphox. Nice balanced team there. Next one is Rock, which could be, again, once again, very, very, very good or very, very, very bad. Rock, here we go. And let's generate. We had this Pokemon again. I'm really hesitant to use this Pokemon because I don't know much about it. But I'm assuming it's a legendary, if I remember correctly. I assume it will be in the game properly. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and re-roll this just because there's a couple Pokemon that I'm not confident about. And not that I don't like using them. I'd rather not do that. Okay, so we got Aurorus, which is definitely a cool Pokemon. Some of these are really, really cool. I don't know this Pokemon at all, but we're definitely going to go ahead and lose that one. So we'll take Aurorus. We'll take Corsola. I think that's a water rock. We'll take Cradily. That is definitely a grass rock. We'll take Tyrantrum, which is a dragon rock. Which is funny, we got two of the, that's pretty funny. Nihilego, which is, of course, one of the new Ultra Beasts. I think it's Poison Rock. I didn't know it was even a rock type, to be honest. I think it was Poison. I thought it was Poison Ghost, but I guess not. And we're going to dump this Pokemon because I literally don't even know what this thing is. And we'll take, let's see, what should we take? What should we take? What should we take? How about... We already took Rhyperior. Take a look at rock types just real quick here. Rock type. Oh, I spelled it, of course, wrong. Alright, there we go. Rock type and Golem, of course, not a bad choice. What do we have? We already got ice, we already got dragon, we already got water, we already got grass. Is there a good... There's only Magcargo for fire. How about Archeops? Archeops is a really cool Pokemon, and I think we could use the flying type. So let's go ahead and go Archeops. I like that idea. So that would be Archeops, Aurorus, Tyrantrum, Corsola, Cradily, and Nihilego. I don't know how you say that, but anyway, that's a Pokemon I've definitely never played with, so we'll be looking forward to that. And we only got two left. That is Steel and Water, so we'll see. Steel is probably my least favorite type, but I already know exactly what I want to play with, so let's go ahead and generate some Steel types. Oh. Okay, that's a good draw right there. Magnezone is one of my favorite types, one of my favorite Pokemon. So we're definitely gonna stick with the top line here. Metagross. We'll go Metagross. We'll go Magnezone. We'll go Aegislash. We'll jump off Galbalion because we already have him on another team. So we'll stick with Dialga and Ferrothorn, and I'm going to take one of my favorite Pokemon, which is Skarmory. Skarmory flying steel type. Very cool. All right, and then our final typing, coincidentally, is water type, which is probably my favorite type. I always identify pretty easily with water types. So let's go ahead and use the water generator. And we get absolute trash. God damn, do we get trash. But luckily, we get Starmie again. Now I have, you know what, let's just re-roll this. Tapu Fini, now you know what, that's not in the spirit of things. I don't want to keep re-rolling. Didn't we get Tapu Fini already? We got him in the fairy, so that's a fairy water type. Interesting. So we got Luminion. We're gonna have to use one of these 4 really bad Pokemon. Holy shit. Luminion, Kingler, Pelipper, Bilbarrel, Tapu Fini, and Starmie. So obviously Starmie was gonna be the one I chose. Tapu Fini again we'll take. Hopefully it's a good Pokemon. I think I could dig Kingler. I don't actually know anything about Luminion and Bilbarrel, but I think Bilbarrel is shit. So we're gonna stick with Luminion. Against my better judgment, we'll stick with Pelipper. Terrible, terrible, terrible draws. Ironic that my favorite type is the one that I get the worst draws on. And let's see what we can take. So we already got... I'm hesitant to pick... it's probably either going to be between Cloyster or Gyarados. I really like those two. We already got Lapras on another team. We got Starmie on this team. Just go through them all. Pelipper, I can't believe that, man. That's so shitty. Such an unfortunate draw there. Seismitoad, no, that's a pretty decent Pokemon type-wise. We already got Greninja on another squad. Walrein on another squad. Volcanion, pretty cool. We got Golisopod on another squad. That would have been a good choice. What kind of water Pokemon we got here? Palkia, he's a water type, isn't he? Didn't we just grab him? Water Dragon? No, we got Dialga, the other form. You know what? I'm going Palkia. I'm thinking Palkia. All right, we got Palkia. All right, so that's, yeah, I try to offset the difference here, man. Wow, that's a bad team. We got Luminion, Kingler, Palkia, Starmie, Tapu Fini, and Pelipper. All right, so that's everything. We went through every single one of them. Let's re-roll this and see what we could have gotten. Quagsire, that's a pretty cool Pokemon. Not really that much better, to be honest. I would have liked to have gotten... one Pokemon I definitely would have liked to have gotten... Oh, Victini, that would have been cool. One Pokemon I definitely would have liked to have gotten for Psychic would have been Wobbuffet, but I didn't want to use my pick on him. So anyway, one more time we'll go through it. Let me just go ahead and put it on the screen here. Hold on. All right, there we go. All right, so we got it on the screen. We got Bug, we got Excelgor, Shuckle, Levani, Heracross, Ninjask, and Venomoth. For Dark, we got Greninja, Darkrai, Shiftry, Crocodile, Umbreon, and Scrafty. For Dragon, we got Zygarde, Noivern, Guzzlord, Turtonator, Reshiram, and Dragonite. Electric, we got Manectric, Zekrom, Rotom, Electrode, Zebstrika, Electivire. Fairy, we got Carbink, Sliveon, Whimsicott, Florges, Tapu Fini, and Gardevoir. Fighting, we got Gallade, Hitmonlee, Poliwrath, Cobalion, Toxicroak, and Combuskin. Fire, we got Volcarona, Entei, Rapidash, Darmanitan, Heatran, and Charizard. Flying, we got Altaria, Rayquaza, Thundurus, Staraptor, Dodrio, and Zapdos. Ghost, Sableye, Golurk, Trevenant, Drifloon, Chandelure, and Gengar. Grass, Decidueye, Maractus, Torterra, Leafeon, Venusaur, and Serperior. Ground, we got Mamoswine, Golurk, Whiscash, Zygarde, Palossand, and Rhyperior. Wait, did I pick Rhyperior twice? No, Serperior, the previous one. Ice, Lapras, Frostlass, Walrein, Abomasnow, Weavile, and Articuno. Normal is Beware, Spinda, Blissey, Bouffalant, Perugly, and Pidgeot. Poison is Venusaur, Dustox, Quillfish, Roserade, Drapion, and Nidoking. Psychic is Executor, Espeon, Solgaleo, Slowking, Jirachi, and Delphox. Rock is Aurorus, Corsola, Cradily, Tyrantrum, Nihilego, and Archeops. Steel is Metagross, Magnezone, Aegislash, Dialga, Ferrothorn, and Skarmory. And water is Starmie, Tapu Fini, Kingler, Luminion, Pelipper, and Palkia. So I think the one I'm the most looking forward to is the fire one. I think the one that's the most overpowered is the fire one. Some of the other ones I'm definitely looking forward to is electric. I really like the dark one, Shiftry, Darkrai, Greninja, Scraggy, some of my favorite Pokemon. Fighting is kind of cool. All of those Pokemon I actually quite like, so I got lucky with that. All 6 I actually want to play with. Ghost is pretty neat. I got, of course, some of my favorite Pokemon there too with Gengar, Sableye, Golurk. Yeah, this is going to be good. So we're going to start this up tomorrow. I got to get all these added tonight, so I better get to it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, we're probably going to stream. This is definitely going to take multiple days. So we'll have multiple streams on AceGamestv over the course of the Christmas marathon. So Merry Christmas and see you guys there.